Una-una, maraming salamat, Doc Melo, for setting the ground sa rules ng presentation. And magandang hapon po sa lahat. So, napakaswerte ako daw nauna eh. Sabi nga ni Sir Marlo, dapat daw tayaan ko sa loto ito. Kasi bihira mangyari sa akin ito. Ako nauuna sa bunutan. Well, anyway, let me share my screen. So, nakikita na po ba natin? Pakita ka po kung meron na tayo nakikita ng screen sa ating mga monitors. So
Meron na po, sir.
Okay, thank you. So yung topic na na-assign po sa atin is Human Resource Management and Employment Law in Public Sector. I prepared this presentation. Pinusulta ko muna yung aming HR kahapon lang kasi baka iba yung pagkakaintindi ko. And may mga points nga na medyo taliwas dun sa unang pagkakaintindi ko when I hear or I see HRM and employment law sa public sector. But hopefully I will give justice to each topic. So una-una, before we start with the employment law and in HRM, unifying ko muna what is human resource management. So, nagsasabi, it's human resource management is the management of various activities that are designed to enhance the effectiveness of manpower in an organization, it's either public or private organization, in the achievement of organizational goals. So, meron din kami ako nakikita na definition, very simple lang, it's comprised of formal systems designated to manage people. So, it's a management of human resource sa isang organisasyon. So, pangatlo, sa pangatlong statement, dito binibigyan ng importansya. At dito din, depend whether you are a contract of service employee or a regular employee. Ang employment law and HRM law provides legal protection and process for public employee or private employee. That remains a vital function of a public HR practitioner. So by knowing these rules and regulations and of course the law that governs from the point of hiring at saka sabi nga ni Sir kanina hanggang sa punto ng termination, it's either termination due to bad habits or ano. So dito nakasalalay yung security ng employment ng isang tao sa either public or private organization. And of course, I have to take up first what are the traditional roles ng ating human resource management or sa ating HR na department. So they develop staffing plans and they handle also complaints and grievances ng ating mga empleyado. And pangatlo, they determine benefits and compensation and conduct performance and appraisal programs. Basically, ang lahat ng roles na ito are also governed by certain rules and laws na sa atin, mamaya papakita ko or present kung ano yung mga regulations na yun na might be common sa ating mga bureau and division. And of course, I have here human resource processes. Una-una, kakaroon nga ng HR planning, and then nagsa-staffing, dito pumapasok ng recruitment, and by the recruitment, we have qualifications, mayroong standards for which are observed by various organizations, lalo na sa private organizations. And after staffing, dito pumapasok yung training and development of our personnel to better cope with their jobs para ma-attain yung common goal or vision ng ating organization. And on time to time, ina-appraise natin sa kanilang performance. Tulad sa atin, we have the OPCR for the office performance, and individual, we have the IPCR sa government. And of course, dito din sa HR, yung compensation, paano ba yung compensation, dito po yung ating standardization law pumapasok. So later, isa-isahin po natin yun. So again, I present these processes and functions of HR to show na every processes and functions or roles is may mga kakibat na mga laws and regulations that governs these roles and functions. Unang-una, sabi nga ng HR namin, our our uh, our HRM is basically governed or guided by the issuances primarily ng Civil Service Commission. Ito po tayo nagbe-base ng mga actions natin kung anong dapat gawin with regards sa recruitment, with regards sa working arrangements, and of course, din role yung ating labor department o ating DOLE. And with regards naman sa placement, sa budget, minsan makakarinig tayo na yung ating mga items are subject for approval pa ng DBM or ng budget. So minsan meron ding interlinkages yung mga departments na to with regards sa function ng ating HR. Well, of course, andyan din yung in terms naman sa pag-regulate ng mga professionals, kung saan tayo kumukuha ng ating mga license at saka mga exams for us to become professional in our own field. Nandyan yung ating PRC. And meron din role yung ating mother agency, in our case, the Department of Agriculture. Sa halimbawa lang minsan, the mother agency sets standard for halimbawa sa observance ng proper uniform, dapat pare-pareho. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo, so within the DA umbrella, iisa lang yung ating uniform. So mga ganong bagay. So mayroong role yung iba't ibang ahensya sa pagpapalakad ng ating human resource management sa ating agency. And halimbawa lang dito, sa recruitment, so marami nakakarinig dito with regards sa standards. Halimbawa, pagpasok mo pa lang sa bureau, sa Big Four for example, dapat magkakaroon ka na ng halimbawang may binabanggit silang RA 1080. So ano ito? So basically, requirement for you to be professionals in the field bago ka makakuha ng isang entry position item, lalo yung mga technical items. In our case, halimbawa for us to be labeled as aquaculturist, we must pass the fisheries licensure examination for fisheries technologies. And of course, bago siyempre pumasok sa gobyerno, nandiyan na tatawag ng civil service eligibility. And sa civil service eligibility, meron written exams and meron ding exemptions yung ating PD 907 for those graduates na merong honors and exemption din ata o those halimbawa nagkaroon ng position sa barangay, diba, mga para makapasok sa government service. And sa recruitment, halimbawa lang, ang ating Civil Service Commission provides guidelines, diba, during this pandemic. They issued yung Memo Circular 14, which is series of 2020, guidelines ito on appointments and other human resource actions for the period of state of calamity due to COVID-19 pandemic. So, in effect pa ito siya ngayon kasi ang ating proclamation sa period of state of calamity hindi pa po nalilip. So ito po yung guidelines na sinusunod ng ating HR. And in terms of training and development, internally meron tayo, tulad nga ito, minsan nag-provide ng ating bureau ng scholarships for technical courses, halimbawa masters in biosciences, sometimes in masters in this course, masters in public administration, other related courses for HR development. So may guidance din na sinusunod yung ating HR department sa bureau. And in terms of appraisal, so semi-annually itong ating ginagawa. So mostly we have this IPCR or the Individual Performance Commitment Review and the OPCR or the Office Performance Commitment Review. Wherein dito tinitingnan kung we perform well. Dito din yung basihan ng ating performance bonus and all other ameliorations na pwede nating maklaim kung we do good sa ating performance semi-annually. And in terms of compensation, at least in the Philippines, ino-observe natin minimum wage. So may kakibat din na na law ito in terms of minimum wage na magkakaiba ito per region. Siyempre, mas mataas dito sa ating mga syudad, lalo na sa Metro Manila. And meron din tayong overtime pay when working in excess of 8 hours. Meron ding rules yan. And of course, maternity, paternity leave, other leaves, meron tayong SPL, meron tayong birthdays, we have the, pwede mag-leave, 13th month pay, meron ding 14th month pay, and other related benefits. And lately, actually third tranche na yung ating salary standardization law or the Republic Act 11466 wherein tumaas yung sahod by increment yung mga empleyado sa gobyerno by virtue of this RA 11466. And before that, we had the Wage Rationalization Act or the RA 6726. So ito yung nagsasaad ng ating kakibat na dapat sahurin ng empleyado sa gobyerno and sa private sector, meron din. And other aspects that the human resource management should also consider, number one, yung workplace discrimination law. So marinig natin, meron tayong Magna Carta for Women, wherein meron silang rights na dapat mas mahaba na yung kanilang maternity leave. Lately lang yun. I don't know kung under ito sa Magna Carta, but it's a separate law. But meron din for the PWD, yung persons with disabilities, dapat hindi sila ma-discriminate in hiring. And meron din Anti-Age Discrimination in Employment Act Law or the RA 10911. Kaya kung mapapansin natin sa ating bureau sa ngayon, kahit may mga overage na, nagkakaroon pa rin sa interposition. So ito yung epekto ng ating mga regulations and laws na yun. And workplace policies, and some of these are internal to us. Halimbawa, meron internet usage policy. Halimbawa sa atin, bawal tayong mag-use of social media aside lang kung work-related during work hours. Pwede lang siya during 12 to 1 o'clock. And meron din ethics policy, may dress code policy. So iba-iba din yung obserbasyon yan. Tulad sa atin, bawal babgani sa mga kababaihan, bawal din yung cutting neckline. So it's more of an internal policy sa ating bureau. And wage hours law. So may kakibat din na batas yan. Employees benefits and workplace safety laws. So yung mga susunod, halimbawa, in terms of ethics, meron tayong RA 6713 or ang ating Code of Conduct of Employees. So basically, meron dong 8 norms for public officials and employees to observe. Isa-isahin ko ito. Dapat daw responsiveness to the public. Pangalawa, commitment to public interest. Dapat din merong professionalism, nationalism, and patriotism. Kaya every Monday, nagkakaroon tayo ng flag raising ceremony for us to observe and pledge our allegiance to the country and its symbol, the flag. And of course, dapat we should only observe simple living. So nakakaroon ng lifestyle check. So most of the time dito, marami tayo narinig kaso na yung ating mga empleyado sa gobyerno, lalo na sa mga agencies like customs na kahit daw security guard, iba yung kanyang living standard. So these under our code of conduct of employees, dapat din magkakaroon, mayroon din commitment to democracy, justness and sincerity, and political neutrality. Malaking parte din ng employment law, I don't know if it's right, ang ating labor code of the Philippines, wherein napapasok dito yung wage and hours laws, employers benefits, ang saka nabanggit kanina yung ating CNA, yung collective bargaining negotiations or CNA natin or agreement. Dito din nakasaad sa labor law na labor code of the Philippines. So hindi ko na isa-isahin. So under the labor code, and then yung recruitment and placement of workers, nandiyan yung National Human Resource Development Program, nandyan yung working conditions and rest periods. So this doesn't only applies to public, but it also applies to the private sector. And also it covers provisions for wages ating labor code. And also, meron din doon yung working conditions for special groups, di ba? For women, for house helpers, minors, home workers, and night workers. And meron din health and safety and social welfare benefits, and employees compensation and state insurance fund nandun din. Nandun din yung ating pag-ibig or yung PhilHealth. Unfair labor practices, uh, ang nabanggit ko, yung collective bargaining and administration of agreements. Andyan din yung grievance machinery and voluntary arbitration. Andyan din yung other special provisions. And also, especially during this time of pandemic, yung ating sa ACD provides us guidelines on alternative working arrangements. So, halimbawa sa amin sa bureau sa ngayon, we observe at least around 50% skilled workforce, and the rest are in work at home arrangement. And some also avails compressed work week. Depende po sa kanilang estado. Either senior, bawal talaga lumabas, or those persons with comorbidities or mga sakit na medyo delikado for the COVID. And meron ding for the safety of workers in their workplaces, meron tayong Occupational Safety and Health Center under our DOLE, which provide us specific guidelines, particular halimbawa on workspace standards. Ang na-observe ko, ito hindi natin masyado nabigyan ng halaga, but in some other countries like Western countries, halimbawa, I have observed one in Denmark that every workstation should have at least a window with specific tawag dito, measurements. And dapat yung kanilang working position is not always sitting. Kasi dapat in every 2 hours daw, nakakatayo sila. So dapat well adaptable din yung kanilang workstations doon sa requirements ng workspace standards. So that's what I provided here. But I guess doon sa ating occupational safety health center, meron silang standards for, diba, for lighting, and of course for those workspace or workplaces na medyo may hazards, like may welding, that needs proper ventilation, needs appropriate lighting, may mga ganong standards. For us, for office spaces, I guess meron din tayo standards with regards to measurements, with regards to proper lighting, na research since yesterday for this report, HRM and employment